They say, if you shake the snow globe just right, the prince inside will open his eyes. But only if you're brave enough to speak his name. The prince who lived in a snow globe, in the quiet town of Elmsbury, tucked behind an old antique shop, sat a glass snow globe no one dared touch. Children whispered stories about it. Adults said it was just a decoration. But inside, frozen in a swirl of shimmering snowflakes, stood a tiny castle, and within it, a prince who hadn't moved in 100 years. The globe always felt cold to the touch, even in summer. And if you looked close enough, closer than close, you could see his eyes, closed in slumber, his hand on a crystal sword, as if waiting for something or someone. One rainy afternoon, a curious girl named Lyra wandered into the shop. She wasn't looking for anything special, just shelter from the storm. Her boots squelched as she stepped inside, and the scent of old books and cinnamon dust tickled her nose. "Hello?" she called. No one answered. Rows of clocks, lanterns, and music boxes lined the walls. But it was the snow globe, sitting quietly on a velvet pedestal, that pulled her like a magnet. Its glass shimmered faintly with a light from within. Lyra stepped closer. She leaned in and whispered, half-jokingly, "Do you have a name, little prince?" A wind stirred inside the globe. The snow swirled. The prince's eyelids fluttered. Lyra gasped and stumbled back. What the... Behind her, the antique shop door slammed shut. The lights flickered, and the globe began to glow. Then crack! A streak of frost raced across the wooden floor. Lyra turned. The snow globe rattled, and before her stunned eyes, it shattered not into shards, but into mist, like steam from a winter breath. And standing where the globe had been was a boy, tall, pale, dressed in royal blue, his silver cape dusted with frost. He looked around with sharp blue eyes, then fixed them on Lyra. "Did you say my name?" he asked quietly, voice like snowflakes falling. Lyra blinked. "I didn't know your name." The boy stepped forward, and wherever his boots touched, snow bloomed on the wooden floor. "Then how did you awaken me?" he whispered. "Only the one with the heart of flame can wake me. Only the brave. I asked if you had a name. That's all." The boy's expression softened. That was enough. The prince's name was Prince Cael of the Frost Kingdom. A century ago, his kingdom was cursed by a sorcerer made of shadow. As punishment for refusing to surrender his throne, Cael was imprisoned in a snow globe. "You shall watch the world pass you by," the sorcerer hissed, "trapped in stillness until one dares to remember you." Cael told Lyra of how his people were frozen in time, the land locked in never-ending winter, waiting for a spark of warmth to return. "You must be the one," he said, "the one the flame spirits whispered about." "Me?" Lyra said. "I'm just a girl from Elmsbury." "No," Cael said, touching her shoulder. "You asked my name. That means your heart sees beyond what others see." The snow globe's magic wasn't broken, it had moved. Now Lyra and Cael stood in a world of swirling snow. The antique shop vanished behind a curtain of white. They walked through the silent streets of Cael's frozen kingdom. Statues of People-Is, Mother the Queen, guards frozen mid-step, even children mid-laugh were dusted with snow. "I never forgot them," Cael said, voice heavy with sorrow. "How do we break the curse?" Lyra asked. He led her to the crystal spire, a tall tower that pulsed with frozen magic. "In the heart of the spire lies the ice core," Cael explained. "But the shadow sorcerer guards it. Only someone brave, someone warm can reach it." Lyra gulped. She had no sword, no spell, just her heart. But she nodded. "Let's do it." Inside the spire, cold fog wrapped around them like fingers. From it rose a figure tall, cloaked, and faceless. The shadow sorcerer. "You dare return?" it hissed. "I'm not afraid," Lyra said, stepping forward. The sorcerer laughed. "You? You're just a girl." "No," Cael said. She's the flame. Lyra closed her eyes and thought of summer. Her mother's warm hugs, the way cookies smelled fresh from the oven, laughter, firelight, hope. She opened her eye sand, her hands glowed gold. The shadow shrieked, curling away from the light. With a cry, Lyra touched the ice core. It shattered. Light exploded across the land. Ice cracked, trees bloomed, people gasped awake. Cael's kingdom was alive again. The snow melted from rooftops, the river flowed once more. Children's laughter filled the air. And at the center stood Lyra, no longer just a girl, but the hero of flame. Cael turned to her. You freed us. Lyra smiled. You believed in me first. He reached out his hand. Would you stay? Help rebuild our kingdom? Lyra hesitated, then looked around. The sun was warm, the people were kind, and Cael was smiling. I think I'd like that, she said. Back in the antique shop, where the snow globe once stood, sat a new one. Inside, two figures walked side by side, a prince of frost and a girl with a glowing heart. And if you listen closely, you can hear snowflakes whisper. She spoke his name and melted the coldest curse of a loneliness. The end.